Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to EdUp on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. This is Dr. Joe Salustio recording episodes here at InsightsEDU, Phoenix, Arizona, the conference put on by our great friends, Education Dynamics. Oh, what a conference it has been. I've been podcasting my behind off, and Elvin Freitas, co-founder of the EdUp Experience podcast, has not left his eyes from his computer. He's been producing and flipping and editing and doing all these things, putting out as many podcast episodes as we can, so you can feel like you're here live at this conference. Yeah. And one of the things that we like to do is we like to interview people who want to come on this podcast, who feel like they have something to say. That's what the EdUp Experience is all about. When I say it's your podcast, I mean it. You get to dictate the content. And we have somebody that stopped by a couple times. He said, you know what, this looks interesting. I want to talk to you about my university. I said, yes, let's do it. And we're bringing him here live to the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dave Gladson. He's Associate VP of Marketing at Point Loma Nazarene University. What's up, Dave?
Hey, thank you for letting me come on today.
We had to reschedule you a couple of times. It came by, but we finally got you here. We actually had JB Brownlee Turgeon on earlier from Point Loma Nazarene University. But remind us, tell us about Point Loma. What do you do? How do you do it? Who do you serve?
Yeah, so I'm the leader of the central marketing team. We serve undergrad admissions, graduate admissions. We serve alumni and advancement. So we do it all. We're kind of in that 50-50 space. Half of our students are that traditional coming of age on-campus experience. Half are online and at regional campuses around the San Diego area. So really a mix of audiences.
Cool. I'm going to jump in real fast because I want to learn more. How many students? Where exactly are you located again? And talk to alumni. You serve alumni. How do you do that?
Yeah, so our office produces the alumni magazine. We produce a lot of material for the advancement office, all their annual reports and all that print material. So we do that in addition to all the marketing for the two different admissions teams.
Gotcha. How many students do you have? How many alumni do you have?
We're about 5,000 students.
Okay.
Again, half on campus, half regional, and maybe 50,000 graduates in the past 30 years.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that number.
You're always quoted here on the EdUp Experience podcast, Dave. That's
on
part
record,
of the job,
man.
What's the trend? More online students, more on-ground students? If you're half and half, what's trending? What are you marketing for or toward more often? Is it equal? There's only so much shelf space, only so much money and so much shelf space. So balancing what you're marketing toward or for is really important. Is it based on program? Is it based on student type? And what trends? A lot of questions in there, Dave. Just pick one.
Yeah, so our traditional campus is really difficult to grow. We're between a military base, a really expensive neighborhood, and the ocean. We're right there on the Pacific Ocean. So not a lot of opportunity to grow that traditional coming of age experience. But all that opportunity to grow the graduate, the online. How can we serve those traditional students coming through into that graduate degree? How can we serve the workforce needs in San Diego, creating new degrees that meet those needs that we weren't meeting even 10 years ago?
I have a question. How does anybody get any work done in San Diego? I mean, it's
fuzzy math.
No, it's not fun. It's gorgeous over there. I've never been, but I hear it's sunny. It's beautiful.
You've never been to San Diego, dude?
I've never been to San Diego, man. And
yikes.
Seriously, David, how does people work with that beautiful sun and weather?
You surf first, then you go to work.
Are you kidding me?
That's awesome, man.
He's dead serious. He's not even laughing.
He didn't even hesitate to.
He's not even laughing.
Surf first, then you go to work.
I find it hard to believe.
No, I don't. I totally believe that, man. That's awesome.
It's a different. I was in Southern Cal for 4 years. I'll be honest. I wasn't in San Diego, which is nice. I was outside of LA. But the weather's always nice. I mean, there is always, but it's like anything else. When I was living in Colorado and I'd pass the mountains every day, eventually I stopped seeing them. When you live somewhere, you start to take it for granted a little bit. So it's like going to work anywhere else. Although when you go outside at the end of the day, it's not -4 degrees like it might be in New York City or where in St. Louis where I live, it's probably 74 degrees. So it's like 74 degrees in the morning when you wake up and 74 degrees when you go to bed at night.
So what's your selling point? I'm always curious to kind of find out.
What differentiates you?
Because obviously for people outside of California and San Diego, you're talking about San Diego. I mean, I would. That's amazing, right? But those who are there in your backyard, they're like, I'm from here. Like, why should I come?
I mean, that is the challenge, right?
Yeah.
For that student coming from out of state, We have that beachfront experience.
Mhm.
You know, we are a private Christian institution, so that is a selling
there
point for
you
a lot
go.
of our
Okay.
audience.
Cool.
So the traditional undergrad experience is somewhat easier to sell.
Yeah.
It appeals to a lot of people. The online and graduate is a lot harder to differentiate. How do we show a truly differentiated product? It is a lot harder.
Yeah. Gotcha.
How do you spread your dollars? Like thinking about traditional, digital, billboards and, the geo, that you're in versus national, because the money's it's much harder to compete on a national level, because if you're going online, you're competing against big online university. It drives up your costs. If you're going regional, you do have competitors that are probably California's got so many stinking schools. They're all around. How do you spend? What are your spending strategies like?
Yeah, we've made some really big strides the last 5 years in centralizing the marketing dollars and really being able to do so much more with them.
Was it decentralized before, like by area, everybody got money, or different?
Exactly. Yeah. 5 years ago, every program had its own little tiny marketing budget, and we were supposed to spend marketing dollars for that specific program. So doing really segmented, really micro, trying to target for individual programs, highly inefficient, no budget for brand building. We've now, over the course of many years, brought that all together into a single budget where we're able to do true brand level marketing. We are now spending just under half of our marketing budget on true brand level advertising, and the other half on that more program specific conversion advertising. And we're seeing the results from it. I mean, our conversion rate to enrollment from digital advertising has gone from like 2% to 7%.
Wow.
Trying to go to
100%.
I mean, we all have to have goals.
That would be nice.
So I want to know, I want to jump in. So talk to us a little bit more about where you're spending, right? And then what's happening there? What are you guys doing on that platform? Is it YouTube? I mean, I keep hearing YouTube is where it's at, but it's for you guys, maybe it's somewhere else.
It is very regional. So we spend a vast majority of our marketing dollars in the San Diego region or Orange County, Riverside, Imperial Valley, really close to San Diego. Online,
Which are not hurting for population to market to around those areas.
Right. There's a fair audience there. Online is for our backyard. We will take online students from out of area. We have tried some different strategies to try to expand out of area. Have not had much success so far. We still struggling to build that strong enough brand reputation to draw on those out of area students. But for our local students, online is a great option for them, and that's where we're seeing that growth is those online students from our backyard.
Are you doing any type of billboards, buses? What are you guys doing like that?
Yeah, we do out of home. So we do billboards in San Diego. We've done buses and trolley wraps before.
Yeah.
Also a very expensive market to do all that stuff in.
Yeah, that's expensive.
The DMA in San Diego DMA is like up there in terms of what it costs to do out of home outdoor stuff. It's very expensive. So you have to make sure you're maximizing your spend.
Exactly. And making sure that we can keep setting those KPIs where we can show the value long term. Because you don't see that return from the brand spend immediate. It's not for that next upcoming enrollments, but over time we see that rise every single quarter of better conversion metrics. And it's that consistent brand messaging that's creating that.
Bullseye.
So word of mouth. How do you track that? What do you know? I mean, references, referrals. Tell us about that.
I mean, that's all organic. So, I mean, we on the paid side, it's the out of home, it's the digital radio, it's the over the top digital TV.
Oh, you guys are doing that too. Okay, cool,
yeah.
Nice.
Obviously, a lot of Google AdWords, but everything else, it's organic, and I don't spend a lot of time trying to disaggregate those different organic sources. I track paid and organic, and
because you're hoping for lift, right? Like you're just hoping for overall lead lift from your organic. It's hard to distill that down by source, because billboards and TV are like the two most mythical creatures that exist. If you're running, you try to, if you're running TV or ads, maybe they heard that ad for the third time and they saw the billboard and they saw your website and it's the third touch point, so how do you gauge it? You're looking for overall lift. And one of the ways that you can market is by program, and you talked about it. You talked about 50, about a percentage of your dollars goes to program marketing. Do you feed the winners only, or do you try to evenly spend across programs? This is something that I deal with as a marketer myself at my institution. Obviously, every faculty member, every academic wants to grow their program. Why can't we get more interest in my program? And sometimes I'm going, there is no interest in your program. We've tried to run ads, we've tried to get it, but nobody wants this program. Maybe it's not a good program. Maybe it's in decline across the nation. There's so many variables. How do you think about program marketing?
Yeah, I mean, as much as possible, I want to feed the winners. I mean, a great example is our School of Education had no ad dollars in the past. They never requested them, so they didn't have an ad budget.
Wow. They're
our highest converting program within the campaign. So I try to put as much dollars there as I can, because that's where we see the students come in. If I can show return on investment, if I can show these ads are bringing in students who enroll, I'm going to try to divert as many dollars towards those programs as possible.
Do you have faculty or deans or whomever come to you going, just Dave, what are you doing for my program, man? What are you doing to grow my program?
Yeah.
Yes, all the time. And then I talk
You say
about
nothing.
what we're doing on the organic side.
That's funny. It's funny because it's common across higher ed. It's there's always a return question. What are you doing to grow your program? Like, let's talk about organic activities. Can you go set up a table somewhere? Can we go to the local high schools if you're trying to grow traditional? What are the other things that we can do? There's shoe leather and elbow grease that goes into marketing too. It's not just digital ad spend.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways that you can develop interest, and not everyone is motivated to do so. Let's just assume that everybody at your institution is motivated equally. What do you do to keep that motivation going for everybody to really be on board with marketing and sales?
Yeah, I mean, it's also asking those questions like, are there barriers to your program that we can remove? Like, let's do a deep dive. Let's compare against other programs. How can we make your program easier to market, like easier to sell, to use that word that nobody wants to hear.
It's true.
But yeah, it's the reality. Like, if I did every strategy that got sent my way, I'd run out of ad dollars really quickly and we wouldn't have results. So holding that line, staying true to the numbers, staying true to the KPIs, that is the hard part of the job, but that is the job.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say about point?
Wait. Can I ask a question?
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I guess.
So, InsightsEDU. Is this your first time? Have you been here before? Tell us about your experience.
Yeah, I came last year to Insights. Usually do other ones like American Marketing Association or High Ed Web. But yeah, second year here.
Nice.
Very positive. Love the lineup of speakers.
Yeah.
I've got a whole notebook full of inspirations to go back, I'm sure.
Which one's the biggest one? What do you think? Pick one. I know you got a bunch. And don't say it was something that Joe said. Because that's not cool.
Don't feed my ego is what he's saying.
One that I'm excited to take back to our enrollment planning team is, what would it look like to build some of these industry certifications as credit into a degree program?
Epic.
How could we take getting a Salesforce certification and giving that as credit towards an MBA with a specialization in is that even possible? Would faculty be willing to support?
Yes, it's possible.
Like
Question is, was anybody going to want to do it?
Like you said, faculty, that's really where it boils down to. Yeah. Wow.
Anything is possible if you want to take it. If you have motivated faculty that want to take it and give credit for it, you absolutely can. There is nothing that says that you can't. Only desire and willingness, which means you got to move those people along with you, Dave. Good luck.
Thank you.
What else do you want to say about Point Loma Nazarene University? Anything at all? Open mic. You don't have to have anything. If you've said it all, you could say, I've said it all.
Nothing else to say, man. All good.
I'll say I said it all. Yep. Appreciate the time.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, You heard him here. He is our guest. He's your guest. He's Dave Gladson, Associate VP of Marketing, Point Loma Nazarene University. You've just EdUp'd.